Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we're looking at this time is the Masamoto VG Gyuto 240mm knife. This line of knives has been around for a number of years and is still very popular, especially with professionals. It's just a great all-around kind of a workhorse Gyuto or Japanese chef's knife. The core steel that they use in this knife they call hyper molybdenum vanadium stainless steel. It's just a good performing all-around high quality stainless steel. Again, a lot of professionals have used for a number of years with very good results. It's got reasonably good edge retention, reasonably good sharpening characteristics. It's fairly tough within the realm of restrictions on the thinner blade, but just a great all-around steel that people have had no complaints about for a long time, and it's got a good heat treat on it, so it's just an all-around great steel. The construction is mono steel. That means the entire blade is a solid piece of that steel. There's no cladding or layers, and the weight is fairly substantial. Part of that is the handle. We'll get to that, but this is definitely, you've got a knife in your hand. It's not a super lightweight laser. It's a good solid workhorse. The weight is about 9.2 ounces or 261 grams. Edge length was right about 140 on the nose, which is about 9.5 inches, and the overall length is about 14.6 inches for the whole knife with handle. The spine thickness coming out of the handle, or the bolster I should say, is about 2.3 or 2.4 millimeters, and then we pretty much just hold that most of the way through to the last 2 inches or so where it thins out towards the tip. The very, very tip itself gets pretty thin, but you've got a little bit of a meat behind it. And these have a fairly generous blade height at about 52.4 millimeters, so plenty of clearance for your cutting board, no problem there with a variety of hand sizes. The balance point on these, the handles are fairly dense and heavy, so the balance point comes back to just in front of that bolster, which really works pretty well for either a racket style grip or a pinch grip. The handle is what they call Duracon or palm resin handle, and these are among the most bulletproof handles on the Chef Knives to Go website. It's a dense, very water-resistant resin, and these things will take some abuse. So, handle. Let me get my facts straight there. But the fit and finish is really nice on the install with the tang and the rivets and the bolster. Just, again, a solid feel on that handle. It's got kind of a medium size. I compared it to a number of other 240 Western-style handles that I've got, and kind of just a medium size, fairly rounded handle feel, so it's very comfortable. But again, a little bit of mass to it. Here is the blade. These are machine finished blades. And again, we got a little bit bigger blade with a lot of lights in here, so a little hard to show it great, but there's your handle. You can kind of see the convex of the blade as we go from spine to edge. You've got screened on kanji on the right side of the blade, and the screened on hyper molybdenum vanadium moniker on the left side of the blade. The right side of the blade also has a slight polish to kind of convex it to the very edge, kind of a larger polish section, especially near the tip where they thin it out for performance. And the left side of the blade doesn't. It just got your final edge bevel on it. These are fairly thin at the edge. The performance of these is actually quite good. They're not so crazy thin at the edge, so they've got a little bit of robustness to them. It's just a good all-around workhorse. Excellent all-around profile. Again, here's your spine. Again, not a lot of distal taper, but you get thin right at the very, very tip. Kind of increase your performance. Pretty nice fit and finish all the way around. The spine, some people might think it needs a little bit of touch-up on the spine as far as sandpaper goes. The choil on these can have a little bit of a sharp edge on them, so you might want to hit that with a little bit of sandpaper if you so desire. It's optional, of course, depending on what you think about it. Here is the profile on the cutting board. And again, these are just long-standing, good, solid workhorse chef knives. I should say Japanese chef knives, Gyutos. So here's your profile. It's just an all-around gentle curve, slight flat in the back. I can get about that high before I start digging the tip in, so fairly high. And just a nice gentle curve that flows really well for a rock cut. Got a little bit of flat for some push-pull. It's not a super flat blade, but just kind of a gentle, fairly versatile all-around profile. So again, classic for a reason. They just work, and the steel's good, the fit and finish is good, the grinds are nice, the handles are bulletproof. Just a good all-around knife for home or a pro environment. So there you have the Masamoto VG Gyuto 240mm knife.